Hey there, fellow art lovers and fans of all things painted. Welcome back to my regular viewers, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cal, and it's great to have you here. Well, it's that time of the year again. The month of crisp fallen leaves, pumpkin carving, and all things spooky. And this month, I'm aiming to paint one Halloween-themed artwork per day. Today we're painting a goblin, and not just any goblin, a goblin king. No, not Jareth the Goblin King from the Labyrinth, one of our own design. I started off by sketching out our goblin. I gave him a big pair of notched ears and broken teeth. Goblins are often shown as warlike tribalistic creatures, and our guy's no exception. He forgoes any kind of diplomacy and would rather get what he wants through beating people on the head with a mace. He's claimed many a trophy through his battles and wears them proudly as his armor. The symmetry tool comes in mighty handy when painting such items as skulls, letting you focus entirely on one side while making sure the other side matches up perfectly. Now we'll move on to color. We're sticking with traditional green here, but goblins come in many shades and hues. I imagine this guy comes from warmer climes considering the loincloth he wears. I put each part of him on a separate layer, as this will make things easier when we get to the shading. When looking for reference images, I got pictures of different types of skulls which would be used for different purposes. A felid skull for his helm, 2 deer-like skulls for his throne, and a humanoid skull to drink from. Ugh. I really hope that's red wine in there, or some sort of goblin grog. Feathers make for excellent natural decoration for primitive armors, easily acquired from one of their many hunting trips. Judging by those tusks behind him, he and his people are also in the habit of hunting something much, much bigger. Shorter than other humanoid races, goblins are not without cunning and will strategize to bring down much larger foes. Now it's time for shading, using a brush set to allow pen pressure to dictate opacity. This allows you to more naturally build up the shading on your characters. Goblins are lithe creatures, not jacked up to the nines like they're ready to go into a bodybuilding competition or anything, but they're no weaklings either, and have defined muscles, particularly in their arms and legs. I gave his skin an overcoat of yellow to it, so it wasn't all just one singular hue. Then I brought in some lighter shades to bring out the musculature and other details further. Our guy looks like he's recently bested someone on the battlefield and has a few adornments to reflect that. Apparently he doesn't agree with post-battle bathing. I wouldn't like to be standing near him anyway. Now for his armor and other objects. I used pretty strong shadows for the eye sockets and nose holes of the skull, and a bright light shining down from the top to really bring out the shine on those bleached bones. I liked adding in little details here and there, like some small veins on the insides of his large ears. Perhaps these goblins have ears that work like an elephant's to help them keep cool. I made the skull goblet quite messy looking, like he's been slopping his drink about as he regales his comrades with tales of his bravery and strength. His loincloth is made of furs, so I lightly dabbed in the shading with quick, light brush strokes to achieve that sort of texture. Next, I moved on to the throne behind him, repeating the same process as I used for shading in the skull atop his head. The seat of the throne is carved from stone and is roughly hewn, so I wanted to show many deeply shadowed cracks and crevices. For the background, I wanted something simple, a color that would allow our goblin to stand out so it couldn't be anything beige, as that would cause the bones to blend in too much. I settled on pale maroon and worked in some shadows around the throne to ground it in place. Lastly, I decided to sketch out and paint his chosen weapon, a great spiked mace. I used the symmetry tool again to get it looking right before rotating and moving it into place. The mace looks like it's recently been used too. Grisly. And we're done. Let's take a look at this guy. Let me know what you think of him. If you enjoyed what you just watched, please be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe and ring the bell to see more content. If you want to support my art, you can find a link to my Ko-Fi in the description. And if you want to get straight into some more art, you can go and watch this video for my latest content. Or this one for something random.